Hey guys, just setting up the stream. Scanners taking a couple of trades with the leading gapper this morning. Didn't go my way. I may be just trading that sub $3 stocks again. Not my bag. Maybe I should stay away from that. Probably would be a good idea in hindsight. We do like hindsight when we travel, when we trade. It's our best trading buddy. Quick look. Have I got the right stocks on here? Yeah. Got AMC twice. Right. Should be red box. Rest is, that's absolutely spot on. Okay, away we go. Morning, James. No problem at all, Phil. You're always welcome, whether it's to be a voyeur or whether to contribute. It doesn't matter. We welcome all kinds of deviants here, Phil, as you know. Let's see if we can't catch some green today. The markets are looking very weak, but I think we're all waiting for the CPI report. It's due out in 20 minutes. Estimated to be almost 9%, so 8.9% year over year. Oh, for God's sakes, pal, I was waiting for that pop out and missed it. Never mind. Getting at the top again, like an idiot. Why did I just do that? That's why. Okay, see if we can't get some back. Take some off there at the top. Continues, will that back? Not sure it will. Morning, Alphabet. Finding a bit of resistance up at 270. Take it off there. Might come back down, might continue. It was looking at strong earlier, and I jumped in at the top and I missed this move because I was setting up the stream, so I was watching this retracement here, the move up, and go figure, went without me. Oh well, I'll wait for a good move later. Aero Clean, AMC, GameStop, back to the S&P 500. Hey Michael, morning to you as well. Okay, there we go. So the S&P 500, it's green on the day. The Nasdaq's green. Dow Jones not quite. Russell Index is green. So we've. I was expecting we might get a sell-off today as a result of the CPI results, but I think the estimate is close to 9%. See what happens in a little under 20 minutes. Let's go back to Pult. Okay, so the exit indicators are there. Devil horns, the doji. I'll give that a miss. No, I'll wait for a better entry later. Nice one, Michael. I know exactly how you feel because I went through that a month ago. Beginning of May, I moved into this little palace. Of course, I had set up my trade station and everything else. That was already set up in the other place, but setting up here. I was going to put this. I was actually going to put it in the spare bedroom, which I don't use. But the living room's so big in this apartment. When I got my stuff in it still looked empty. And I thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna have my trade station in the my workstation in the living room as well. Why not? Oh, you can't trade. You can invest off your phone. You can buy and sell on your phone, but you can't trade. You know, right tools for the right jobs. You wouldn't expect a dentist to extract a tooth with a Black & Decker drill. You know, a Makita drill. It just wouldn't happen. Right tools for the right job, and a mobile phone or a tablet is not the right tools for trading. Of course, you can use your tablet or your mobile phone for some of the other tools that you need while you're trading. The likes of your scanners, you can read your scanners on your mobile phone, you can read your scanners on your tablet, whatever. But I recommend having at least 2 screens. So if you've got a laptop, your laptop screen and an external monitor. If you've got a desktop, at least 2 external monitors, at least 2 monitors. That's what I would recommend, at least 2 monitors. Of course, I've got 4, but I'm streaming as well. I've got the chat on one, and I've got the other 3 dedicated to my trading activities. So when I'm actually traveling, I have 2 portable monitors and, of course, the laptop. So I still have 3 screens. Yeah, same, Phil. When I'm traveling, it's 3. Of course, you need to see my pretty face. Damn, that will put me off. That will put me off the trading. That's probably why you're actually not consistently profitable, Phil. You've got my face distracting you. Your 27-inch screen. Oh, do you know what I was thinking of doing as well when I was in a hotel a few months ago? That was back end of last year now, and I was mobile trading, and I thought, do you know what? I've got my 3 screens. Should I connect up the TV as well? Because obviously, modern day TVs you can just airdrop as a an additional monitor. I didn't, but I was so tempted. 36-inch monitor. No. I don't know. Some people do that. They get their a big TV and use that as the main monitor. They divide it up, of course, and it's not all used for one window, but they divide it up, and away we go. I'm getting a breakout here at the $0.75 level. I'll take 5,000. See what it gives me or not. see if we can get 90. Like 85. Like 90. Like 80 at this stage. I didn't move much. 5 cents. What time yet? Oh God, no thanks. You couldn't. How did people with you know, 3rd floor, 5th floor apartments, that kind of thing? How did they hump them up and no lift? How did they hump those things around? I mean, it's no wonder my father is. I used to think of him as the Incredible Hulk because of his sheer animal strength, you know, gorilla strength. And that the boomer generation, the old geezer generation, they have this immense natural strength, and it's because they were humping TVs around, you know, and big TVs, these CRT screens. They're you know, £150 just there in a bloody 26-inch TV. Same with all the other appliances. A washing machine, you had to have it, you know, winced in on a crane. It literally had concrete at the bottom of the bottom of a washing machine. Blocks of concrete to hold it steady because the drum would be so volatile. So Paul Talk is looking quite volatile today. And I've caught it a few times just at the top end. My timing has been completely off with this today. So I just need to work on my timing. You broke your RV. Were you lifting one of those CRT screens from the 90s? You're carrying one of those CRT screens from the 90s, Les. When you say RV, I'm sure you mean TV, but an RV is completely different. And again, that's another thing, is that it wasn't uncommon. I think we had it with one of those late 70s, early 80s TVs when I was a kid, and it lasted about 10 years. Now a TV doesn't last more than 3 or 4 years before you're upgrading it to the next one because, you know, for whatever reason. It's everything, it's manufactured, it's disposable, you know? You used to get the TV, if it broke down, you used to get the TV repair guy. There actually used to be a guy on the high street, had his own shop, and he was a TV repair guy. That was an occupation, TV repair guy. Now your TV broke, you just go out and buy another one for a couple of $100. Disposable electronics. Last TV I broke, I put my hand through the, accidentally put my hand through the screen, the LCD screen. I was trying to fix it on the wall, and as I was holding it, I pressed a little bit too hard with my palm, and a nice big palm print in the top of it. That wasn't clever. Loop aerial, you were posh, weren't you, Phil? You had a loop aerial. We had a coat hanger for an aerial. A wire coat hanger. No, absolutely not very well. Oh, Houston American. Let's have a look at what you're doing. Are you moving up today? Ooh, yes you are. I'm going to stick you on the watch list, the way you've moved over the last couple of days. Keep you on the watch list. Back to Palt. Coat. You had a coat hanger aerial on your car, Phil. Actually, that was common practice because you used to get the idiots. You used to have the aerial. You had to pull it out manually on your car, a retractable aerial. Otherwise, if you didn't retract it, the kids in the neighbourhood would come and swipe it and use it as a fencing foil. And so you ended up with like 80% of the cars in the neighbourhood got fed up of you know, buying new aerials to fit on the car because the kids were used them as fencing foils. So that you'd end up sticking a wire coat hanger in the car aerial and socket instead, and it worked. You couldn't have a decent car in my neighbourhood, that's for sure. I'll get it for 5,000 at 60. Fun times, fun days. I've got to be honest, I used to be one of those people snapping aerials off to fence with. But those were the days before social media. I mean, some of the crap I got up to as a teenager, I'm glad there was no social media back then. Come back to haunt me, I would never have got the jobs that I ended up getting. Never had the career that I would have had. It would all come back to haunt me. Let's just say I wouldn't say I was a naughty boy, but it certainly wasn't a good one. Stop showing off, Les, just because you were posh back in the day. Who remembers the snatch plate for your radio? The big black plastic cover you put on your radio and stick it in. Snatch plate, it used to be called, so that your radio didn't get stolen. That was an 80s, 90s thing, wasn't it? Still got a snatch plate, Les? Come on. You can just disconnect the front off your stereo, and if it's a good stereo, you've got the fronts that clip off now. What, 56? Okay, so if I get it at 65, I'll risk 9 cents. Yeah, that's all they're good for. I mean, good idea at the time, but not needed anymore. I had a Kenwood. Cost me an absolute fortune. It was the most... In fact, the stereo was probably worth more than my car. In fact, I think the speakers in the car were worth more than the car, if I'm not mistaken. Spent more on the sound system than I did on the car itself. You could have the crappiest car, but as long as your beats were on point, that's what mattered. If you didn't have good sound, it didn't matter what kind of car you had. If you didn't have good sound, no, that was the most important factor as a teenager. You had to have decent beats. Yeah, Pioneer wasn't bad either. Red box is moving up nicely. It's really, coiling under that $10 level again, Redbox. I'm liking the look of that. Euroclean's just having a quiet moment today. I'll keep an eye on that for later. Go faster stripes. I'll give over. We all ridicule people with go faster stripes there, Les. If you couldn't afford alloys, the standard of your wheel trims was important as well. If you didn't have alloys, let's face it, not everybody did. The standard of your wheel trims had to be on point. Yep, pouring down again today. My first car was a black Hillman Avenger. It was kind of a similar shape to a Mark II Escort, and it was a really old one, so a lot of the safety protocols weren't included, including the fuel cutoff switch. When you switch the engine off, there was no fuel cutoff. So if you left it in gear, you're driving, you could switch the engine off. You left it in gear, it would continue pumping fuel into the manifold, even though it wasn't igniting. So what would it pump fuel into the cylinders, and then it would eject it into the manifold. What you were able to do is you'd switch the engine off, coast for about 5 or 6 seconds, switch it back on again, and it will backfire like nobody's business. So you'd be going under a bridge or something, you switch the engine off as you're approaching the bridge, someone's walking his dog or something, and as you switched it back on, it would just fire. It was like a shotgun going off, and it terrified the hell out of people. If you did that in the States, obviously you'd think it would be people were getting shot, but it was absolutely hilarious in the UK. It's got nicknamed the Black Bomber because people used to know when I was running, because be able to make it backfire on purpose. This huge, obviously it didn't do, wasn't great for my manifold, and kept blowing gaskets on the manifold, but that's beside the point. It was great fun. Right, Houston American, red box, coiling up here at $10. Key level again. It was a key level all yesterday, $10. Yeah, we're just talking about that, Ian. The clip off front, that superseded the snatch plate. So we started off with the snatch plate, where you put your radio into this plastic cover that clipped into the hole in your dashboard, and you could just pull it out, and you're carrying around this brick that was your radio. And then the clip off front superseded that, so it effectively making the snatch plate redundant. So you ended up with the radios with the clip off front. But yeah, no, it was black. Not white or yellow. It was a black Hillman Avenger. Before it was older than I was, so it was before Hillman was acquired by Talbot. So red box selling off. Back to that Houston American. What are you doing? Let's put a nice little horizontal in here. Like our horizontal line. Well, I don't need 49. 50 is the, if it's 49, come on, it's 50. Come on. Right, well, oh, hang on a minute. CPI results. Let's have a talk. US CPI for the month of May. 1% versus 0.7%. Estimate prior was 0.3. Yeah, that's right. There you go. Look at that. Based on the CPI numbers. So core CPI 0.6 versus 0.5. So pretty much on estimate. But the yeah. Ouch. I was expecting a sell-off. To be fair, I was expecting a sell-off. I didn't expect it to be such bad numbers though. 1% versus 0.7%. That's horrendous. So this is the S&P 500. Every market's gone bearish, hugely bearish. So we've got the Nasdaq. That's now down 1.5%. It was green. Just bearing in mind, it's gone down 1.5% in 3 minutes. It was green. The S&P 500 1.1%. The Russell Index also 1.1%. Dow Jones 0.9%. So all the markets have just gone bearish on the release of those CPI results, CPI data, and continuing to sell. Oh my goodness, this is a fast vomit. Of course, back then, Les, we had cards that you had to every 3rd month you had to get some sandpaper to sand off the rust spots. Cars don't rust anymore. Bodywork doesn't rust anymore. What's with all that? Yeah, everything's selling off as a result of that. Everything vomiting with the market. We'll get a bounce later in the day. We will get some big moves later in the day, but it's probably better to wait till at least 10 o'clock before you take your first trade. That's not financial advice. You do you, but I would probably wait till until we've seen the end of this sell-off. Wait for a reversal, and that will impact the wider market. This is horrible. Watching it live as it happens, the Nasdaq is just leading the way as well. The Nasdaq 1.7% in 5 minutes. Horrible. Yeah, galvanized and plastic, and they don't protect you in a crash like they used to do. Used to have cars that were actually built. And you're saying that if you had a proper head-on crash, the engine would land on your lap in the. That doesn't happen anymore. You had a head-on collision, the engine doesn't, because of crumple zones now. You don't get the situation where the engine's on your lap in the driver's seat. Whereas that used to be a commonplace. It's never happened to me, but I have seen it happen. I don't know about that, Anthony. I don't know about that. Some good cars around. I mean, I was looking around. I mean, you get a good car. The cars can last a while now. It's just maybe you don't hold on to them long enough. So 10, 12 years is nothing special. 10-year-old car back in the 80s and 90s, you were lucky if it wasn't falling to pieces. Hey, Flossie. Yeah, the SPY's having a nightmare. They're all having a nightmare. Those CPI results. I mean, I was expecting it to the market to sell off as a result. I didn't think it would sell off so quickly. Okay, let's have a look at Pult. Will we get a bounce with Pult? Back up. The SPY. I mean, you look at it on the 5 minute. The SPY on the 5 minute. It's that is scary. Look at that, just off a cliff. Coming back a little bit now. Trying to come back a little bit, but off a cliff. Talk about knee-jerk reaction. Yeah, I can. Yeah, a good car can really last these days. I mean, you've got a lot of classics as well from back in the day that, if they're well looked after, they will stick around. But most cars now are built to, mechanically, you don't have a lot of the issues. Although saying that, a first proper car with all the electronics in it, a Toyota Supra. I had a BMW 5 Series was my first proper car. I bought a BMW 5 Series, straight six, and it was 2 litre straight six on the BMW 5 Series. The engine was very basic, very easy to maintain. And then I traded that in. This is in the late 90s. I traded that in for a Toyota Supra, and you know, early 20s, fast sports car, seduced by the lure of a fast sports car. And I looked under the bonnet, and I'm like, where do I start? It was like looking at the engine on the engine room of the Starship Enterprise. I'm like, where do I get in with this? It's the onboard computer, and you couldn't maintain it at home. And gone are the days of the Sunday mechanic anymore because of the whole onboard computer thing. Good man. That's some clever thinking there, Alistair. Could have done that. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? That would have been, you could have made quite a bit of money shorting the SPY at 25 with 5 minutes to go. Anticipating that. I mean, it's gambling, granted. You never know which way the market's going to react or what way the numbers are going out. You're kind of speculating that the numbers are going to be poor. We all kind of knew they were. But yeah, well done, Alistair. Oh yeah, Anthony, that's true. You've got engine manufacturers, and you've got bodywork manufacturers, and you've got part manufacturers. Toyota are one of the biggest part manufacturers out there for the auto trade. So if you, most cars, probably 80%, obviously statistics are made up on the spot, but the majority of cars have Toyota parts in them. Why am I not looking at the 5 minute? Granted, if I could have got this move up there. Yeah, this is pulped. Yeah, but a gamble, it's a calculated gamble though. Depending on how much leverage you got, I would say that's a nice little earner today. Probably the best earner you're going to get today. As a result, most stocks sold off with it. It has that domino effect across the market, which then in return impacts the market itself again. You'll probably get a bounce on the SPY to about 400, and then it'll probably sell off again. But it'll probably get back up to 400 before it starts selling off again. But I can't see anything but red today. Very surprised. Anything but red. Yeah, Pulp is the only mover today at the moment. In terms of a gappers, pre-market gappers, Paltalk, and just acquired technology from its competitor. So in a deal, that's the catalyst. Yeah, I think it's going to be red all day. I don't think it's going to come back from that today. I think it might come back to about 400 if it doesn't get rejected at the VWAP. In fact, it's probably going to get rejected at the VWAP. Where's the VWAP at on the SPY? Yeah, the VWAP's at 390, 398, 399, 398.80. So, and we're already getting rejected there. So, yeah, it's probably going to. If you want a strategy, I would say, why not use the VWAP fade today? Every time it comes up to the VWAP, short it. And if you don't want to short the market, take an S&P stock like Micron, MU is a ticker, AMD, Microsoft, anything like that. So if you look at MU, Micron, it's exactly the same pattern. Not as much volume as the SPY, obviously. Exactly the same pattern. AMD, actually that's a little bit more bullish. Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft, similar pattern. So you can, by using what the S&P 500 is doing, you can anticipate what some of these other stocks will do. They will follow the market trend. Very surprised if we don't, if it isn't a red day across the board. Red box trying Houston American sideways. Aeroclean didn't sell off at 8:30, so wasn't overly impacted. AMC did, as you can see, as did GME, although you can't really see that because of the lack of volume, but there was the price action today is that it sold off at 8:30. What else? Redbox. Now we're coming back up to test $10, so keep an eye on that. Got this flat top at $10. We've got 45 minutes to the bell. We've got 45 minutes for the knee-jerk reactions to the CPI data to calm down, maybe, or we're going to get the volume come in and really capitulate. So that could be something to. Where's Alistair? That could be something that you want to look at. It's when the retail traders come in at 9:30 at the bell. Is the market going to continue selling off? Are you going to short the market again? Doesn't look favourable. Doesn't look for a favourable day to go long, that's for sure. Alt. Can I short this? Yeah, could do. Don't think it's in the position. I think it's a bit too strong to be shorting just yet, but red box match. That's on the short sale restrictions list, so that's not shortable. Aeroclean. No shares to short on Aeroclean. Yeah, might let's have a look at what's selling off at the moment. DocuSign's down. DBV Technology. So DBVT, this moved yesterday upwards. Look at this on the 60-minute, 15-minute, or 60-minute. Go on. That's. We had a big day yesterday with DBVT, and it's now one of the biggest losers from yesterday. So looking a bit weak. Currently 17.5% down on yesterday's close price. Now, granted, it did move quite considerably yesterday, but it is looking a bit weak. Same with OVI. Yesterday's pump pre-market, and then it sold off. Solidated a bit later in the day, but it's selling off again. So the market didn't react as well to that catalyst as it did to Aeroclean. Very similar catalyst, which just goes to show you never know what's going to happen. Roblox is down as well. Biggest loser at the moment is DocuSign. I actually like DocuSign as a company. Why is that selling? Why did that sell off so much last night? Did they have earnings list yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, it was bad earnings yesterday and disappointing guidance. That's why DocuSign sold off. Might get a bounce on this one. Worthwhile considering going long on this. That's a big sell, that. So, what's the high? Is it 66.50? 680. Wait for $67. Break $67. It could be worth going long on DocuSign. Bit of a bounce. Not stock pick. It's not financial advice. Just an opinion of a fat bloke on the internet. Don't sue me. I don't know about a crash there, Flossie. It's selling off, but it's not exactly. I wouldn't put it down as a crash. You look at this. Yes, it's had a bit of a sell-off, but this was in reaction to the market. Then it moved up and it's moved back down, so it's just ranging at the moment. 10 cents between the VWAP and where it's at right now, so it's just ranging at the moment. If it gets back above the VWAP, I might be interested, but it needs to be back above the VWAP for me to go long on Palt again. I think it might be done. I could short it, but I'll wait. I'll wait for the bell now, I think, before I take another trade. My timing was off this morning. Let's look at the gainers again. Yeah, so we're going to see a lot of the likes of DocuSign right now is hitting the momentum scanners on the upside, even though it's in red. Over the last 15 minutes, it's one of the top movers up to the upside. And the reason for that is that huge sell-off. It can only go so far. So DocuSign could be one to watch. I'm going to watch that for a bounce. It's a bit more expensive, but potentially could get a good couple of dollars on that. 1,000 shares, you can get a couple of thousand shares. Sorry, 1,000 get shares, you get a couple of $1,000 on that. Look for a bounce on the VWAP here. Yeah, we were just watching that at. Look at the SPY there, super chip. This is. That could be considered a bit of a dead cat bounce right there. Huge sell-off, move back up, a little bit of a bounce, and then back to the floor here at 96. So let's see what happens. Got the bottom here. Will we continue to sell off? Will we have another bounce? If we have another bounce, how big will it be? That kind of thing. So this is the SPY on the 1 minute. not looking great for the day. Yeah, short the VIX. Now the VIX is 27 now, so we might see some volatility in the market from the bell. I wouldn't. You're going long. I wouldn't expect any sustained moves today. I don't think we're going to get any parabolic movers. We're very surprised if we get any parabolic movers today. Sustained moves are going to be difficult to come by. So get in, get out, take your profits, and move along. On what time frame, Super Chip? So I'm looking at the 1 minute time frame. The 200 the 200 EMA is above, below the 200. In fact, it's below all of the indicators that I've got on. Which let me pull it up on. Let's see where the Bollinger Bands are. Look at the markets. Got SPY. Heavily oversold. Let's see, indicators. Bollinger. Yeah. Well, put it on the 5 minute. Where it's outside, way outside the Bollingers. Right, well, it's not now. It's on the 1 minute. It's inside the Bollingers, but it's not oversold on the 1 minute. On the RSI either. There's only the smallest time frame. Just because it started to make a move back, the SPY is there's only on the 1 minute that it's not oversold, and it's only on the 1 minute. Of course, got the inverse dead cat bounce, the live cat jump. I don't know what you call it. Well, the inverse dead cat bounce there. So it's the up and then just the inverse of the. So for those who were wondering what I just switched to there, It's what Superchip was mentioning. Is it's the triple Q is an ETF representing the Nasdaq. The S triple Q is the inverse of that. So it's the hedge position, if you will. So it's basically going short on the Nasdaq. So if you buy into the triple Q, you're effectively saying that the Nasdaq's going down if you're going long on the S triple Q. If you buy into the triple Q and long, you're saying that the Nasdaq's going up. So it does the exact opposite of what the triple Q does. So it's the inverse of the Nasdaq momentum. So he's absolutely right. All right, no problem. I was looking at. I've not even got the weekly up at the moment. I've got the daily, the 60, the 1, 2, and 5. So that's why I couldn't see that. No worries, mate. Alt is still the only one with a decent gap at the moment. So it's looking like it could be a sell-off day. Just be careful out there, kids. Don't get seduced by the markets. Just don't think if there's nothing setting up for you to trade, don't trade. Take an early bath. Have a long weekend. You know, it doesn't matter. Is what I would say. If you don't trade, it means you don't lose money. That's the best. That's the most positive way of looking at it. There's going to be another day, another week. There's going to be another trade, another stock. Don't worry about that. Next week's going to be only 2 days away, 3 days away. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. The weekly chart. There's a way to go yet on the SPY. But I see where you're going with that though. Super chat. I mean, we've still got the lows of May to get beyond. We had these lows down here of 380. 385 was recession territory, and we went to 380 and then we bounced back up, and then we've had a little bit of rally over the last week. So now we're back down at that 390 level, 395. I think we could possibly have a 2+% drop today on the SPY. So yeah, the weekly, we've got the 200 EMA here, so we're a little way off that. Yeah, I don't think we're in danger of hitting the 200 EMA. Did you say the exponential, or are you just talking the standard there, Super? Not sure what you're referring to, but was there a bell sound? I didn't hear a bell sound. Right. Okay. So yeah, we're a little way off the 200 exponential. I mean, that's currently at 363 on the SPY, just shy of 364. So I think we've got a little bit of a way to go. 364.94. I don't think we're going to drop 3,000 basis points. Have to drop a huge amount. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's that bad. That's all I'm saying. Back to the one. Who knows? It could happen. You never know, do you? So I'll give you a look at that one. Moved up, but very low volume. I mean, that biggest volume candle on the 1 minute is you know, less than 21,000 chip. So I'd like, if you're trading this, be careful, because the level of volume, it's only 56,000 shares traded all day. So if you're going to be trading this, be very careful. Quadrant buying science needs more volume if it's going to be a reliable move. It's not even it's up 20%, but volume's just poor. We don't do forex on this channel there, Romeo. This is stocks and shares. But thanks anyway. If you want to stick around, you're welcome to. But we're not trading forex. Thank you very much, Luke. You're very welcome. I'm glad you appreciate it. Just remember, guys, it doesn't matter what industry, it doesn't matter if you're trading forex, it doesn't matter if you're trading stocks, crypto, futures, it doesn't matter what you're trading. Trading is risky. I've had a really, really good week this week. I'm intent on finishing green on the week, so I'm going to be taking a couple of trades that have put me red today. So my next couple of trades are going to be calculated. I'm going to be very cautious on what I take today, but I will get green. I'm adamant that I'm going to get green. I'm just going to wait for the right move and then probably just go big size, take the one trade, get green and get out. That's my strategy for today. And stick around if you want to see that happen. The whole point is, today, if I have a green day today, if I have a profitable day today, that'll be 13 trading days in a row. It will equal my hottest streak of the year. So the most trading days, the biggest streak I've had so far has been 13 green days in a row. So if I can have a green day today, that would be, even if I have a small red day today, it's not the end of the world. 12 green days in a row, it's a 12-day winning streak is not a bad streak. So it'd be nice to break this. It would be nice to go green across the whole month. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but it would be nice, particularly in the current market conditions. Okay, guys, we've got 25 minutes to the bell. Let's. I've got 695 likes, so let's get it over 1,000. Let's get this stream pushed. Let's get the algorithm pushing it out to a few more people. Let's see if we can pack in the viewers. It's probably going to be one of those weird days where is Aeroclean moving back up? Aeroclean goes green. Might be interested. Got to get over $9. So that's my line in the stand with Aeroclean today. But I'm going to trade it again. It's been very good to me this week. Even yesterday, it was bad in the morning, first thing, and then it came good in the afternoon. So, I mean, if you look at this on the 15-minute, you'll see what I'm talking about. So, I traded this, but it's so choppy, and I lost. I think it was about 14,000, 15,000 down at one stage in total. About 11,000 down on Aeroclean, I think it was. And I got in here for this move back up. I was able to not only get green on it, but make a profit. So it was good to me. And I actually got a little bit here as well on the just before power hour. So yeah, good. It's been good to me all week. Look at it at the 60-minute. You can see this. We did it on Monday. Tuesday was excellent. My second best ever trading day. My second best ever trade on Tuesday. Wednesday was a little bit difficult, but we still made profit on Wednesday. We made 30. So a really good day. 36,000 on Aeroclean. And yesterday we made about 4,000 on air clean on its own. So we've had over $100,000 out of Aeroclean this week. My new favorite stock. I don't get married to stocks, and I tell everybody don't get married to a particular stock, because what's good to you today is it can be really nasty to you tomorrow. So don't get married to a stock, and I wouldn't get married to Aeroclean, but I'll tell you what, I'd do some nasty things to it on a Friday night, that's for sure. The way it's been treating me this week. Redbox has been good to me overall, but this week's been a bit choppy with me. I've lost a bit of money with Redbox this week. So Aeroclean needs to get over $9. Redbox needs to get over $10, and then I'm interested in them. Houston American had a good week this week. Look at it on the 60-minute, you'll see. So Monday, sold off a bit on Monday, kind of sideways on Monday, if anything. And it had a good rally on Tuesday, followed up on Wednesday. Bit of a consolidation before a sell-off yesterday. So Houston energy stocks as a whole have been moving in a similar way to this, but Houston American has been one of the top performers. How's the SPY recovering? It's not. On the 1 minute, yeah. We're just getting a bit of a sell-off now. We probably will. We might even break 92. Let's see. What's the low so far? 94.73. If it breaks 94, we could be in a lot of trouble. Let's have another look at DocuSign. DocuSign breaks above 67. It might be worth a swing over the weekend. A couple of days. I'm thinking that if it breaks 67, it could get up to 72, 73 next week. Might be worth a swing. On the 60-minute. Looking for any kind of pattern that I can take advantage of. Maybe other traders are watching as well. Yeah, okay. I'll keep an eye on that. Swing trading is something that you can get good gains with swing trading, but what you don't want to be putting as much equity. You don't swing trade as if at all with as much leverage as you would day trading. So typically when I'm swing trading, I do it in my cash account, and I won't be, if I might take a little bit of leverage, maybe a 2x leverage or something, but more often than not I'll do it in my cash account, and sometimes in my retirement account. But I won't swing trade with a 6 times leverage. It's just, you just wouldn't do that, because what you tend to find is the range that you're swing trading in is a lot bigger, so you don't want to risk that much money. halfway through, well, we're a third of the way through June. So we traded 7 days. There's 14 trading days left after today, or including today, sorry. So we're a third of the way through June. And I was looking at the numbers if you didn't watch my my YouTube trade recap video yesterday, I was looking at my statistics yesterday, and before yesterday, because of this week's performance, I was averaging $18,000 a day in gains, which is, it's mind-boggling. I mean, imagine being able to average $18,000 consistently. Now that would be, you'd only have to work for a year. You wouldn't ever have to work again after that. Well done, Chip. You're a braver man than I. Well, Pulp, it's just consolidating at the moment. I'm just wait for it to set up there, Flossie. Don't get beaten up with Pulp. What I would say with Pulp now is it's just consolidating sideways. You've got support here at 240, which we had before. You've got at 245 stroke 46 level where it's consolidating. I would wait till it breaks the $0.50, because if you try and get in if it breaks 246, you're gonna be getting in at 247. Let's say you're gonna have a cent either way in terms of the spread. So if you make a move to 250, let's just say the $0.50, you could get the $0.50 psychological resistance rejected at the $0.50. So you've made you're only going to make 2 cents on the move. So I would wait for the break of the $0.50 before getting in on Pulp now, if it breaks the $0.50. That's just me. You know, you've probably got your own strategies, but this is my channel and I'm the fat guy with the opinion, so that I'm just offering it there, Flossie. I would wait for a break of 250 now if I was going to trade Pulp. I mean, you could get in and get that range between 245 and 250, but like I say, where'd you get in? It's been rejected at 246, so you're wanting the confirmation for the entry. So you're going to wait till it makes 247, and you get in at 247. If it moves up 3 cents to 250, obviously if you take your profits there, you're 250 on the ask, but it's going to be 249 on the bid, and you got in at 247, so you've only really made 2 cents. You'd have to take big size to make it worth your while. Red box. Oh, we did it. We got it. Have a look. We broke $10. I'm interested in red box now. Not interested in trading at pre-market though. I want to see it with good volume. It's relatively low volume for red box. Yeah, so if you look at red box historically over the last 3 months has traded 17 million shares a day. It's not even traded 500,000 yet. So just hold back on red box. It's interesting now because we're over $10. I said we needed to get over $9 with Aeroclean. Where's that at? 886. So over $9. A green day, it could be interesting. Back over the VWAP, over the whole dollar, and then I'm interested in Aeroclean again. Houston American is over. Is bounced on the 200 last time. Is it going to do it again? I reckon it sells off there, no name. I reckon as soon as these CPI results come out, the SPY will vomit. It will have a little bit of a bounce, and then it'll continue to sell off for the rest of the day. Oh, that's exactly what's happened so far. We may get a little bit of a kind of a reaction rally, but it's not going to recover. It's going to stay red for the day. Where is the SPY? Look at it here. So we're now downtrending. What I would suggest is if it gets so if you've got your technical indicators out, your 9's going to kind of tell you where it's going at. But if you look at your 20, it breaks above the 20 and starts using the 20 as support. The 20 EMA on the 1 minute. If it starts using the 20 as a support instead of as resistance, what it's doing right now, then it might turn to the upside. However, and then you target the VWAP. But I wouldn't go long on the SPY today. I think it's just going to continue selling off today. We might get a little bit of a bounce, but I don't think we're going to get over 397. But my own personal opinion, the opinions of a uneducated, non-professional, non-financial advisor, not financial advised, don't sue me. Just a fat bloke on the internet with an opinion. Just remember that. Take whatever I say with a pinch of salt. I'm not a financial professional. I'm just a guy with an opinion that knows how to trade. Not picks, not financial advice. Needs to hold this 74-cent level. Breaks new lows today. You might let the floodgates come out. It's looking like that's going to be the case. 60 minute. This on the 60 minute, if this little doji candle stays green, fine. For the next 40 minutes, if it goes red, that means we're breaking new lows. Oh. Well, someone's got to put me, you know, keep me grounded there, Robert. Somebody's got to keep me grounded. Well, it's, yeah, which is why, there you go. It might not recover, Flossie. So I hope you're not waiting for, I hope you're not holding bags waiting for it to go north so you can realize them. Have you not learned anything from my mistakes? If it breaks below your stop loss or your cutoff, don't hold it into consolidation thinking it might come back. Occasionally, I've just watched me hold it. It breaks below my stop loss, and I've held it for a bounce, and it's gone against me. And yesterday was a perfect example with Aeroclean. I actually committed a cardinal sin, and not only did I commit a cardinal sin, I went and did it twice. I added to my position, averaged down on my position. You know, you never average down. If you're going to be averaging down or buying the dip, as it's affectionately termed from people that do it, if you're going to be buying the dip, you do it from a position of strength. You never do it from a position where you're in the red. The only time you should be averaging down is when you're in a position, you've moved up and you want to add more to your size. And then it pulls back, you add more size. Ready for the next move up, and you're making more money, you're making bigger gains. That's when you buy the dip, when you're actually, you have a lower buy price, a lower average cost than where it's dipping to. It's pulled back from highs, so you're actually adding to your position for a further move up. You should never average down. I did it twice yesterday in a row and lost out on both occasions. And that's what happens. You tend to find Murphy's Law will always come to the fore when it's that situation. And Murphy's Law states if something can go wrong, it will. And the markets have a very tight affinity to Murphy's Law. It means that when the markets will always go against you when you are being the greediest. So if you take bigger size and you're not in a position, you don't do it from a position of strength, then the markets will go against you and take money from you. It's just Murphy's Law. That's what happens. So just make sure that you're not averaging down from a position in the red already. Either way, Flossie, the paper, when people say, "Oh, it's okay, it's a paper account," I don't like that, because that's a bad mindset. And I'm not trying to berate you or anything. Please don't think that's the case. I'm just trying to, you know, offer a bit of advice to new traders. Having the mindset that it's okay, it's a paper account. No, it's not okay, it's a paper account. It's bad practice. Don't do that. Yes, if you're in a paper account, you can afford to make losses because it doesn't impact your pocket. But it's all about the muscle memory. If you go to the gym and you're practicing to lift weights in the gym, same thing, you're building that muscle memory. If you've got bad form, you're more prone to getting an injury. If you're a power lifter and you're looking to do competition as a power lifter, you don't lift maximum weight in the gym. You build up and you do it in the gym, so you build those muscles, so when you go into a competition, you can actually lift maximum weight and you can lift more than you've ever done before in a competitive scenario. But if you've got bad form in the gym, you're not training the right muscles, you're not doing it in the right ways, so the muscle memory kicks in, so that when you try and lift that extra weight, you're then more likely to suffer an injury and lose in the competition situation. Same thing with trading. If you're doing it wrong and consistently doing it wrong in your paper account, it's not training your discipline. It's not training those discipline muscles to do it when you actually have money on the line. So yeah, you can give yourself a slap on the wrist for making mistakes in a paper account, but you've got to be able to say, okay, not one of those, well, it's only a paper account, tomorrow I'll trade better, I'll trade to the plan. No, trade to the plan. Get rid of that trade, start afresh, new trade to your strategy. If you're practicing in a paper account, you say practice makes perfect. It doesn't. You know, practice makes consistency, not necessarily perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So you have to be practicing how to do it right in order to make sure that when it comes to actually putting real money on the line, that you're going to do it right. That's all I'm saying on that. As long as you do learn from the experience, though, Flossie. You're right back at you, Jackson. That's fun. If you're putting a streak together, maintain it. Doesn't matter whether it's paper, doesn't matter if it's live. If you're putting a streak together, try and maintain it. But I'm glad to hear that you're putting that streak together, Flossie. Appreciate the discipline you've had to put together for that. And I'm not trying to berate you, because I know you're trading and stuff, and everybody's learning. I'm still learning. I'm still, you know, every single day I try to learn something new, trying to, you know, pick up a new strategy, look at different ways to trade. But I'm not going to bring that into, if I learn something new, I'm not going to bring that into my own strategy right away until I back test it, until I actually put it into a simulator and try it. Is this going to work? Like yesterday after hours, I was playing with my hotkeys, and I was trying to put trail, because I've been using a lot of trailing stops this last week. So I was trying to create hotkeys for my trailing stops, and I was doing that after hours last night. And of course, that's not going to work, but I'll later in the day I'll probably do it in the simulator when I'm not streaming. Trailing stops, hotkeys for trailing stops, but constantly trying new things in the simulator, constantly trying with the paper account. That's fine. Once it starts working in the paper account, yeah, move on to the live account. Okay, we've got 2 minutes to the bell. Yeah, the SPY's not looking very healthy at all. Still selling. Actually broke 94, broke 394 there. It continues to be rejected by the 20 EMA. It's looking very bearish. It's already bearish, but I mean it's 1.7% down. The Nasdaq's worse. That's 2% down on the day, and still selling. So we will get a bounce at some stage, even if it continues to sell off after the bounce. We're going to get a bounce some stage, and that's when we need to be in a place to take advantage of it. As you can see, red box got above 10 and then made it again. So $10 is the magic number for red box. It needs to hold above 10. We've not actually had any candle formations above $10 yet. And it's absolutely precipitating, I think is the grammatically correct terminology. Yeah, funnily enough, it's funny you should. So go back to what you were saying earlier, Super Chip. Well, I am in Dublin, Ali. That's the whole point. There we go. Time to change the scanners over. That's the opening bell. So as you can see, or you might have seen on the scanners before I changed them over, that the SQQQ was one of the top movers on the day. I'm not taking a trade for this first 5 minutes. I want to see what happens. I'm going to let a few stocks create their opening range, and then I'm going to start looking. Thanks Alphabet. I'm not going to tell you that, Ali. You'll come round and steal my car. I want you breaking into my house, stalking me. So that's yesterday's regular session. So that's not. It's just popped up on the scanner. So that'll refresh in a moment. But today's. Yeah, I am in Dublin. I'm in a secure location in Dublin, as Jack says. Well, we're getting a little bounce on the markets, so quite a big bounce actually. So that's nice to see. A S&P 500 then selling off. So back below both the 20 and the 9 EMA. So that's maybe not the. Well, let's have a look at Cogent. Wow. What was the catalyst here? How do I not see this Cogent Bioscience shares are trading higher after the company reported initial data from its ongoing phase 2 Apex clinical trial. $44 million float. I prefer a smaller float, but it's in the range to trade. It's not heavily shorted, so worth putting on the watch list. Worth watching, that's for sure. Indeed, there's a lot of the Chinese stocks have popped up. Got Edu is Chinese New Orient Education. We've got Pinduoduo, the Chinese stock. Bilibili, Chinese stock. A lot of ETFs or inverse ETFs are actually on the movers list. Watch the momentum scanner, because of all the sell-offs, we could actually get a bounce from something that was been selling off, and that give us an opportunity. Right now, this one is making moves up, breaking highs. Yeah, it was poor. It wasn't great volume pre-market though. I know you got in and got in on it. I said you're a braver man than me to go after something with such low volume. Yes, Ladybug, I would. I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP especially, I think worth a punt. Bounce on 7. Looking for this to test the $0.25. You need a bounce on the whole dollar. Breaks the whole dollar. I'll be looking to exit. Breaks that 20 cents. Put a stop in place already, but a bounce on the whole dollar. Oh, my battery is getting low. I better plug it in, otherwise you guys are in for a short stream. I have this candle, it's 21. go. Okay, 35. 10 cents on this, easy. Should do. Way off the halt level. Oh, still looking for 35. $5.26, 28, 30, 33, 34, 38. There we go. $half. There you go, 20-cent trailing stop. Good catalyst though. So I've got a 20-cent trailing stop on this now, 10,000 shares, which takes me to 730, average cost of 723 at the moment. So I will add to the position if it makes a move up and breaks highs again. Okay, so now we're racking up the gains. Lock in some gains, why not? So we're now $2,000 green and counting. So this is going to be, I'm not going to go big size on this. I could potentially scale in, but I prefer to be a bit more conservative today and just have the green day, have a good green day. So we're now $2,000 good on the day. 4,400 on this trade, with some to add. So on the daily, we've got resistance here at 790. It looks like we shouldn't have a problem with that. 818 is the halt level, so if we continue to move up, we could get halted. I'll keep the stop in place for that. 10,000 shares. Don't have to go any higher. I can let this trade work its magic now. We almost got halted. 826 is now the halt level. This is a nice, easy, very easy, simple trade. 2,000 profit already. We're 5,000 unrealized, but it's going to pull back. Maybe stop me out. If it does, I can look for a re-entry. There we go. I don't know why it gave me an extra 100 shares there for no reason and went short, but so we've just made 8,750 on that trade, which puts us 6,341 in the green for a nice green day. So well done, and I'll have to listen to you more often, Chip. You were absolutely spot on. Fair play to you. So Chip called this one out earlier, pre-market. I didn't like the look of it because it was low volume. I was like, I'll wait for the volume to come in. To be fair, I was right too. I waited for the volume to come in and we got the big move. But good call, Chip. Well done. I guess I am the third best trader on TikTok. That makes Chip the second best. Or it could be the best. But fair play to you, Chip. A nice green day. Nice green trade to start the day. We don't mind the pullback. If it pulls back far enough, we can get another entry in. At this moment in time, the break of new highs is really the entry point. The high of this one, which is 817. So we're looking for 820 at the moment. 805 was the high of the last candle. I would still say look for 820. 820 for the next move up. You can rally double T, do you think? You trading this one as well, Alex? Went into 5,000 this time. So stop at just below the whole dollar. I'll be able to scale into this. Breaks below $8, it will stop me out. Just risking 500. No, not risk. Yeah, risking about $1,000, I think. We're looking for the breakout because there's a bit of a bull flag. The breakout, we're looking for the move up. Didn't quite get it, so if this stops out, we'll look for the next entry. So that stopped us out. Not too worried. We're still best part of 5k up on the day. Not every trade is going to go your way, so you've got to make sure that, and don't like the popping tail doji on the 5 minute. Clear sign of a clear reversal indicator. So I'll let it pull back now. Won't be getting back in for the next 2 or 3 minutes on this. Like I say, I'm just trading a little bit more cautiously today. There's no need for me to be swinging for the fences with anything today. We've over 100k locked in this week. A green day is the priority. And my daily goal at the beginning of the year, my daily goal was 5k a day. So all I need to do is make $10 today. I'll just be selective on my next trade. And funnily enough, my favorite stock has just broken that $9 level I said was important. So that could be interesting. I'll keep an eye on that one, but I'll wait for the setup. Again, no aggression from me today. There's no need for it. DocuSign, as I mentioned, making a bounce, and I didn't put the swing on, but never mind. I'll get back to that later. Have to go into my interactive account for that. No, I don't use the sequence counter. I use Benzinga, which gives me all the information in terms of market cap, in terms of float size, in terms of volume, relative volume, all of that kind of stuff. All the information I need I get from Benzinga chip. But you know, you can garner some of that information from you can get some good information from those sequence studies, though. AMC trying to go green. GME is already green. GameStop. I'm expecting AMC to go green. What does anybody know what the initial opening of Jurassic World did last night? The numbers out yet? Clean taking off. Yeah. So, right. Okay. School time. For those of you, and I'll zoom in so you can see it a lot clearer. Okay. So what we've got here is on the 5 minute was a topping tail doji. So as this moved down, we had a doji with a topping tail. We still have the topping tail and a double topping tail, which is affectionately known as the devil horns. So the topping tail doji is a sign of reversal. If you go in long and you get a topping tail doji, take some profits there, and then if you just reduce your size because it doesn't always, well, it's not 100%, but it's an indicator of a reversal. Dojis, regardless of whether it's to the upside or the downside, when you get a doji, it's usually an indicator of reversal. What we've got here is the topping tail on both of these candles, and that's a double topping tail. Let's say is known as the devil horns. It's also a reversal indicator or an exit indicator in my case, because I was in the trade. So just watch for those on your moves up, and that's on the 5 minute. On the 2 minute you couldn't really see that. On the 1 minute you couldn't really see that, but on the 5 you can. And on the higher time frames, patterns tend to be more reliable on the higher time frame. So always heed the higher time frame patterns, particularly for exit indicators. So if you see a pattern at head and shoulders, it's likely to be have a pullback. If you see a pattern, like I say, the topping tail dojis and things like that, it's likely to have a pullback. Just heed the warning signs, and that way you're going to protect your more often than not, you're going to protect your position. It's a lot clearer. Double devil horns a lot clearer if you've got a tighter candle. But there you go. So now by the way, that doesn't mean that it's done. It's still trading. All the candle formations are still happening above the volume weighted average price, which still means it's in an uptrend. So it doesn't mean that it's now gone into a downtrend. It just means it's pulled back. It means it's consolidating. It's having a bit of a pullback, and it could continue, and it could continue to rally. So if you use the exit indicator on a higher time frame, don't automatically jump in for the next candle to make a new high. On the lower time frame, look for confirmation on maybe on the 2 minute or on the 5 minute that we're actually getting a move to the upside. So we'll look at this on the 5 minute. This candle, we need to start breaking the high of this candle it's formed on the 5 minutes. The high of this candle right now is 78. So I would say it needs to break 80 before we consider that it's starting to rally again. And you can see here that we've made 2 consecutive higher candles, but we've not broke 80 yet. So we're still getting some selling pressure. So you don't want to get faked out. Anything else moving? IMTE on, that's moving up. Rent. See, I don't like the name of this company. So Rent the Runway. The fact that it's rent, and it just gives me the impression that I'm going to have to pay the rent. I would probably lose money if I trade that. So just not trading that. Alt sold off at the open, so that's probably not coming back. Reached its peak pre-market. Redbox now bouncing on 1020, which was a previous support resistance level from yesterday. I think it was yesterday's high was 1025. Well, yesterday's high was 1025. That's open market high, not because it did have a pre-market high of 1050, which is a significant level for Redbox, and we're not too far off 1050. If it breaks 1050, this could have a little bit of a run up. So watch Redbox for breaking 1050. It's going to try and test the 1045 level. And we're only half an hour into them. I feel like I've been chatting on this stream for hours already today. Redbox looking very bullish today. This morning. This afternoon. This morning if you're in the market time, but this afternoon where I am. Yeah, I like the look of Redbox. But like I say, I'm waiting for the right setup. Well, what made it a red day also made it a green day, Owen. Go back to Aeroclean. You can see what happened. If I zoom out onto the 15-minute chart on Aeroclean and go back to yesterday. See this choppiness? 5-minute chart, why not? Zoom in. Just help me. So yesterday at the open is where I traded it, and this is where I lost the money. So it faked me out a bunch of times. The entries, I wasn't too concerned. I've reviewed the trades and I wasn't too concerned on the entries. That's fine. It's the fact that I added to a losing position, bought the dip from a losing position twice. So averaging down twice in a losing position. Big no-no. Shouldn't do that. And I did it twice in succession yesterday. And so Aeroclean, I ended up losing money in this this opening chop. So that's what took the money off me. Later in the day, I went away, took the dog for a walk and everything. As we broke back over the VWAP here and then retested, this is where I got in, and we had this lovely rally I was able to take advantage of, and it got me green on the day. So what basically gave me a kick in the pants here for, you know, A, swinging for the fences and trading too big, and B, averaging down from a losing position. It actually made me think about my strategy, and then when I got back in later for this rally up, I was able to get green, and then not only get green, but take some profits and make some profits. And then later in the day on this little move up as well, just before I started the stream for Power Hour, I was able to take a little bit more to have a good day, a relatively good day. So yeah, yesterday was it was a bad start, and all of my own making. The entries were on point, but how I managed it after the entries, when it went against me, how I managed it after the entries wasn't. So I shouldn't have gone that far in the red. I should have been cutting my losses instead of averaging down. And I should have lost about 6-7k yesterday morning. Instead, I lost more than double that. So thank goodness it rallied in the afternoon. I'm watching this again today. So zoom in. Want it to hold above $9. Red box, what were you doing? It broke 1050. That was the key level, and I wasn't paying attention. Well, that's the thing going is because I mean I had a really good day. It was like over $7,000 on Monday, which was a good day. And if I could have a $6,000-7,000 day every day, I'd be absolutely made up. My ambitious goal, and I stress the word ambitious, is because that's what my target is for the year. I'm targeting myself on a 7-figure. I want to make $1 million this year, and that's my ambitious goal. So breaking that down, of averaging 20 trading days, I want to be averaging. So my gains on any given day, I should be averaging $5,000 a day. So I need to get back into that mindset. So when I made a $60,000 day on Tuesday, so $63,000 trade, $60,000 day, and then I followed that up on Wednesday with a $36,000 trade. It's human nature. It just made me feel like I'm a better trader than I am. And I'm not that good. I'm not a $60,000 day trader. That's not me. My account size isn't that big. And B, I'm not that good. So occasionally I can have a big trade, and occasionally I can have a big day. That's fine. But I need to get away from thinking that that's what I should be doing every day. So swinging for the fences and making hay when the market's hot and when you're on a hot stock is one thing, but believing that you can do that every day is another. And that's what I got a kick in the ass yesterday with Aeroclean to start off with, to say, look, you're swinging too big, you're trading too big, you're getting cocky, sort it out. So in the afternoon, rather than going in with 25,000 shares, going in with 5,000, scaling up to 10,000, adding another 5, taking the profits and doing that is it was worthwhile. So that kick in the pants was worthwhile. Well, I didn't. It's here. It's not really, well, it's moved up, but like I say, I'm conscious that I'm just going to take the good setups today. I'm having a relatively calm day today, just getting green, staying green, and I just want to make another $10, and I can do that on the next move or whatever. So I just want to make $5,000 green today. That's my goal today. That's my goal every day. So as soon as I'm $5,000, I probably will lock my montage and go for a walk. So I'll continue the stream to the normal time, but once I've made $5,000, once I've finished the trade that gets me over $5,000 now, I will lock my montage and away we go. Funnily enough, I look at what's stopping me having exactly $5,000 is, for some reason, I had an extra 1 share on Cogent Bioscience and went short by accident. And I got stopped out. It was 100 shares, extra 100 shares. I had 100 shares on the stock that I didn't have on the position for some reason. Go figure. And what I'll probably do later, after I've been for a walk, is I'll probably play with trailing stops on the hotkeys and get my just do that for the day. But yeah, I mean, you've got to be conscious, and the emotional element, as I keep saying every day, we're talking about the emotional element of risk management and being in a losing position, and how the emotional element is very difficult to overcome, and it's probably the biggest obstacle you'll have to overcome in trading. The emotional element of winning is a huge emotional element. Of course, fear is a stronger emotion than greed, but greed is an extremely strong emotion as well. And what you're saying, Owen, it comes down to greed. It's like, okay, if I can do 90k in 2 days, and I started the week off with a $36,000 account. I think it was $35,000 account. I started the week, and then I've gone from an account of kind of $35,000. In fact, I'll just tell you exactly what my account was on Monday when I started. Yeah, it was $35,000 on Monday, and I've gone from having a $35,000 account to right now a $130,000 account. So I've made $95,000 net already this week. June, over $100,000. If you look at the daily on this one as well, so there's strong, I just want to zoom out so you can actually see it properly. There's strong resistance up here at $9. So the $9 area, $8.75 to $9. We've got strong resistance historically. So that range, that 25-cent range there, is, just be careful on the daily, because we've had significant difficulty to pass that level before. I don't need to, Owen. I get what you're saying, but I'm happy if I'm making $1 million a year. Why do I need to risk all that equity to make 10 million a year? And realistically speaking, you're not going to make 10 million a year day trading low float stocks. The economies of scale don't work that way. You might get 3, maybe 4 million if you're really good at it, but to get to 50k a day as an average, it's very difficult. I mean, the best traders in the world probably could do that, but I'm not up there yet. Top 3 maybe, but it's very difficult to be trading that kind of money on a daily basis. You need a huge account, and you want to be trading high cap stocks. You don't want to be trading penny stocks. You don't want to be trading low float stocks. Because think about it, to make 50k a day, yes, you can do it on occasionally on a stock like Aeroclean when it moves, on a stock like Neurosense when that moves 750%, on a stock like DWAC and when that moved the way it did last October. Yes, you can do 50k a day. It is possible. But if you think about it, if you're talking about a 5 million float stock, let's say it's $10. In order for that to move, you're either going to have to take big size, or it's going to have to move huge amounts. Now, if you take big size, you've got the whole regulatory issue that a low float stock, you're going to be taking a huge percentage of that float. So then you've got all kinds of regulations you've got to file out, because you become a large shareholder in that company. Even for a small amount of time, you end up becoming a large shareholder in that company, and that itself has repercussions. So then for every trade, it's a zero-sum market. So for every trade, every time you try and unload those shares, you might scale into a position, but then you've got to unload them. So in the first instance, to get that big size, you're going to need people selling to you. And every time you rack up that big size, you're reducing the liquidity in that market. So if you're taking really big size, like if you end up taking 100,000 shares from a 5 million float stock, you're taking a huge piece of the liquidity out of the market. So it then comes to the point where when you try and sell that for a profit, you're going to have to do it gradually, because you won't be able to unload 100,000 shares in one go. The market won't take it, because you'll need somebody on the other side to buy them up. And as soon as you start selling 100,000, you put a 100,000 sales order in there, the price will tank. You won't get fulfilled, and you'll get people panic selling and jumping. Look, I'll see that 100,000 seller on the level 2. I'm going to sell before I get there, and you'll never get to your sell price. So, and if you do get to your sell price, every buy order that's in there is going to be buying on the downtick, because that's your sell price, and it's going to tank the sell price. So you get slippage, and you won't get a full fill. You get a partial fill until it moves back. The price moves back up, and it could take all day for you to sell the 100,000 shares, for example. So the economies of scale don't work in the way that you just take bigger and bigger size to make bigger and bigger gains. You've got to take advantage of when a stock does move, that you move with it, and you can take a reason. When I say a big size, 25,000 shares on a relatively liquid stock, you can unload that, because with Aeroclean, for example, it was a 5 million float stock, but it was, you know, recycling that 25 times a day. So you need the volume, you need the volatility. It's just not as easy as you think to do a 50k day, as and they come along every now and again. It's I've had two days now that over 50k in my entire career. One at 62, which was this week, and one at 67, which was in February. No, I had one in my best day was 102,000, so that was last October. So I've had 3 over 50k. They don't come along that often. I'm just wary of this up at the top now, because the resistance, I'll wait to see if it breaks $9, because have a look at this on TradingView. Those Bollinger Bands, I don't like them there. Forgery Bioscience, let's have a look on this on the daily. Yeah, this is a very, the $9 area is very choppy. There's a lot of resistance over the next while on the daily. It needs to get over $9. Then there's a huge resistance at $9.20. Then there's more at $9.50. Just be careful with this one. Let's see if it breaks $9 first. Once it gets over 950, we could get up to 10. There's quite a bit of quite a few resistance levels after $9, so it needs to break $9 first. There you go, Les. I'm happy to make small ripples. And let's face it, if I can make $1 million a year and do that for 5 more years, I don't have to trade. I can then just stick, you know, a couple of million into the market and live off the dividends. Just retire and do whatever it is you want to do. You know, you don't have to be driving around in Lambo, and that's just not me anyway. You don't have to be driving around in Lamborghinis and living in, you know, 18-bedroom mansions in Bel Air. What's the point? I've got a 2-bedroom apartment. What do I need 18 bedrooms for? I've got kids. If they come over, they can stay in the spare room. It's no problem. Just me and the dog. I don't need 18 bedrooms. Of course, when I do buy my little villa in on the Mediterranean, which is likely to be the Mediterranean, I probably will have 4 bedrooms. That way, I'll have people coming over for vacation and stuff. My sister and my parents and things will probably come over as well. And I don't think my sister and her kids would want to sleep in the same bedroom. And if my parents are there at the same time, you know yourself. You know yourself. Okay, so they're cleaned. Making this move up. Where's my pattern? The cup and handle was there, and that was the breakout. Okay. That was a bit of a strange move. Not got the volume today that it's had previously, that's for sure. Oh, I might just leave there a clean today. The rest. The OGT, yeah, it's going to struggle to get over $9, but if it does, it could move. $9, $9.20, $9.50. Those are the key levels on Cogent Bioscience. Those are the key resistance levels. I'll have a look at that for you. Give you my opinion. It's a IPO today. What's the altered? Don't know much about this. Today's IPO. I tend not to trade IPOs because they're unpredictable. But I hope you're right. Are you in this chip? For Africa Global. The I'm not even getting any data on this. What's the float size on this chip? Let's jump in here. Why is that not showing up? Find a symbol on the NASDAQ. Want some news on it. Don't know much about the company, so Afri News headlines. Oh, not Tell me more about this one, Chip. I don't know much about it at all. $11 million float. Interesting. This will long halt. Well, so it should have, it would normally have resumed at 09. And if it was a 10-minute, it would have been 14. So this is going to be a 20-minute trading halt at the best. So it's going to be 24 and 25, call it, when this resumes. Let's continue to look at the others. Palt sold off. Rid of Palt, that's not coming back. Urgent trying to make another move up to 9. Breaks 9, you'll get a 20-cent push there, I think. Just struggling a bit. It's got historical resistance here, that's why. Popped above 9, there we go. Let's take a small position for the break of $9 next time. Break $9 with volume, I'll take a small, my goodness. Time and sales tick is going mental here. It was rejected at 9. Try again later. AMC just sideways. Well, it's an expensive lesson, El Puno, but for my 2 pennies worth, Nvidia is a good long-term play. If you're in it on margin, then that's a little bit different thing. But Nvidia, I believe, is a good long-term play. It's a buy it at a discount right now. I think is a good scenario for long-term gains. And just hold and hodl. I don't think you're going to lose out in the long term. However, that being said, if you're thinking of day trading any S&P 500 stock, and it's before a big announcement, you set your stop losses in place, and as if you're trading the market itself. So CPI results out today. You knew that Nvidia, if the market tanks, Nvidia is going to follow it. You should have realized that. But if you're holding it, no problem. I don't think you've got any problems if you're holding Nvidia and your dollar cost averaging. And my advice right now is that dollar cost averaging with again, it's not advice, it's my opinion. I don't offer advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but my opinion is that Micron, AMD, Nvidia, all of these S&P 500 stocks that are currently have retraced and at 52-week lows and things like that, buy them at a discount right now and just hold them for the long term. Hold them for 5-10 years or whatever length of time, 20 years. If you're in your 20s, hold it for 20-30 years and you will retire a millionaire. Simple. Just dollar cost average with it. Lovely double bottom on the bottom formation on this one as well, on the daily. Looking at it, that catalyst just forced the move. I will buy a small position at 8 for the break of 880. If it moves back up to 880, I'll buy another small position here. I have this one 75, so I'll buy at 880. Amazon selling off. It's the market selling off, Reach. Oh, enjoy. You know, you can still reach me in the Discord over when you sign up. You get access to the Discord, so you can still reach me over the weekend in the Discord. Don't worry about if there's not much activity because the markets are closed. If you need to reach out, if there's anything you don't understand, if you have any questions, don't worry about it. You can still reach me or email me directly. I'm pretty much always available anyway. Nice one, Kyle. I'm thinking the same thing. That's probably, you know what? I might actually do that. Not so much a tea shop, but maybe a beach bar or something. You know. Go on, I'll enter there for 2,500. Let's see how much I can get out of it, if anything. Only really want a tenner, just to get rid of my OCD. But let's see if we can get a couple hundred. 890 will be nice. And 10 cents will be good. Get 890. I'll take it. So this is Cogent Bioscience, and courtesy of Chip. Called it out pre-market. I didn't listen to him, but thanks anyway, Chip. I get out. So now I have to make 800. Now I have to make 800 on my next trade. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was saying, you know, you get access to the Discord when you sign up their Reach, and you can reach me even though it's the weekend. If you've got any questions or anything, you can reach me in the Discord. You can reach me via email as well, but you can direct message me in the Discord. No problem at all. I'm pretty much always on hand. So Redbox did nothing. Yeah, to be fair, it stayed above $10. Let's have a look at that IPO. Did it ever resume? AFRI? Still halted. Maybe a half an hour halt then. 34. No problem. No problem. having a good. I'm not having a bad day today. Like I say, I'm in $4,000 worth, over $4,000 worth of profit. It was a little bit higher at one stage, but the goal is 5,000 today. I've just given back. How much did I give back? 700 on that one. Bit silly. Held it a bit too long anyway. Red box. Eastern American. That's downwards. Euroclean's green on the day now. That's where I want it to be. Not got the volatility that it's had this last week, but I'll keep my eye on that later. But I don't think that's going to do much today. I think it's been so hot this week, it has to have a moment to cool down. So we're not getting the volume trading with that at the moment. GameStop. That's actually no. AMC. What did DocuSign do? DocuSign's having that bounce. I should have taken that swing trade. Never mind. That's okay. Back to probably resume in about 4 minutes. So I'll come back to that. Let's have another look. I just want to get a pattern to enter. I don't want to be entering I'm just going to wait for a good pattern. Right now, this is going to consolidate sideways for a while, I think, because that resistance up at $9 is going to be too much with the lower volume. It needs more volume to come into to break that $9 resistance. Have a look at ISUN. No volume. Redbox has got pretty much the best volume at the moment on the 15-minute scanner, and that's not really doing anything. Look at Folk. Oh, Fulcrum Therapeutics might have a bit of a bounce here. Target 450 maybe. Low volume, wouldn't get too et up on it. It's sold off heavily. I'll wait for the first hourly candle to make a new high here before I even think about getting in. Maybe look at it on the 30, 15 minutes. Oh yeah, even on the 15 minutes. So look at it on the 30. I'd probably say, what's the high of that? 430. Before we get in there, before 30, or it's making a bounce. That sell-off is harsh. Top mover over the last 15 minutes though. Says a lot about the market. Top momentum mover for over the last 15 minutes. RGS, low penny stock. It's at 70 cents right now. It's a downwards trend. Big sell-off this morning from $1.15. Again, similar sort of similar sort of scenario. It gapped up and sold off. So this is probably just going to keep selling off. Sell it. Look at it on the 15-minute. Easier to understand. You know, down at kind of 56 cents. It's moved up, sold off. Probably going to keep coming down and just retrace all its gains, give back its gains. I don't see this being bullish at all. There's no reason why it should have been up there to then vomit the way it does and then go back up there. And if you look at it on the daily, it's not stronger either. On the daily, it's a continued downwards trend. That it's downwards trending. So I don't see that holding its gains. I wouldn't. I'm not going to trade Regis Corporation. Let's just say that much. I don't think there's a lot for that. It's way below my price, but anybody that's in it on the low price things, I think there's better things to trade intraday. There's certainly better things to invest in. I would never invest in a stock that's literally pennies. There's a reason why it's pennies. It's my opinion. AFRI moving up again. Oh, it gapped up heavily. Wow. That was halted at 1261 and opened at 60. My goodness, that's almost $4. I hope you took profits, Kyle. Oh, who was it? Oh, Chip. I hope you took profits at when it resumed there, Chip. Halted to the downside now, so we've got some volatility on this. But I hope you got some good profits out of that. That's reminiscent of not Neurosense. What was it? When I can't even recall off the top of my head. I'll tell you exactly what it was. The largest gain of the year. Was GRNA. What is that doing there? Good question. Greenlight Bioscience. That's the one I made my gains on. The biggest trade was on this one. Back in February. Made $67,000. I got caught, a bit like yourself there, El Puno. I got caught in a 30-minute halt and it moved up $3, 25%, whereas that moved up $4. So again, about 25%. Those gap ups don't happen very often. So I hope you took some profits there, buddy. Right, our old friend is moving again. Or pull back before I get in. I want to zoom in there. What's going on? Breaking highs. 939 was the previous high, so we just broke that. Which broker do I use? I use Capital Markets Elite and I use Interactive Brokers. Those are the two brokers that I can personally recommend because those are the two brokers that I use. I have traded with other brokers with mixed results or limited success. Capital Markets I've had my most success with in terms of day trading, but I have most of my other accounts with Interactive Brokers. So I hold a bigger equity position with Interactive Brokers because my investments are with Interactive, my long-term investments are with Interactive, and I just use capital markets for day trading. They give me better leverage. That's the bottom line. The commissions and fees are reasonable, and I think they're actually a little bit cheaper than Interactive from a day trading perspective, and they give me better leverage. Okay, guys, I think I'm just going to sit around. I'm going to end the stream, but I'm going to sit around. I need to make that 5K today. Just a widespread everything sell-off, Jack. The CPI numbers came out, remember? It's a widespread everything sell-off. The SPY's down, the Nasdaq's down, the Dow Jones is down. It's a bear market's all over today. So yeah, this is me selling out. I will pull this across now. Give yourself, I'll sign off on this. This is the chat that I'm watching, TikTok chat, and I'll pull this across. If you're on YouTube, you'll see this, but you can see you get these same links in the description. If you go into my profile on TikTok, you'll see this link tree, the TikTok trade. You click on that, it brings you to my link tree. You may or may not get the splash screen, but go through anyway. If you're on, like I say, YouTube or Twitch, this is YouTube, this is in the description. So this is my course. You want to join, you're more than welcome. You click through the course, How to Trade, Day Trade with Tony, an essential trading education program for beginner traders. You've got a full syllabus listed there, how to manage, how to get in, you know, what you'll learn, all the concepts of trading, how to get in, what to risk, what not to risk, all of this kind of stuff. There's a swing trading course as well. So what do you do with your day trading gains? You want to invest in less risky investments. So value, dollar cost investing, and swing trading. It's very reasonable. If you can't afford 150 bucks a month, you probably can't afford to trade now anyway. So save up for it, learn how to trade. You want to scroll down to the bottom, you've got my P&L, my performance, and my P&L for 6 months running. If you want to know how I'm spotting trades, stocks to trade, I use Benzinga. This is a really great tool. So if you look in the middle of your screen on TikTok, the scanners on YouTube that you can see, it's Benzinga scanners. Click through this. Try it out for 14 days. It really is a gold mine. You start your free trial. You don't even need a credit card to try it for 14 days. You just need an email address. Sign up, try it out, play around with it. Gives you all the information you need. You get to see what stock, the scanners will show you what stocks are moving, how much they're moving, why they're moving, what size float they are, market cap, everything that you need. You've got news alerts, you've got signals, you've got IPO and earnings calendars, everything that you need there. If you like it, come back to the link tree, use the code when you sign up, get 35% off. I think Benzinga themselves are doing a promo at the moment, which is 25% off. So use my code, you get a better discount, 35% off. People asking me what's the platform I trade with. It's Dash Trader. So Dash Trader Pro is the platform I use to trade. I log all my trades on my trading journal, which is TraderView. Again, in YouTube, all of these links are in the description. Check them out. In LinkedIn, in TikTok, it's this link in my profile. Linktree, the TikTok trader. So go check all those out, and I will end the stream. You can always come back. I won't be doing a power hour stream tonight. Once I'm done here, I'm going to close my my laptop. I might do a recap video for YouTube, so watch out for that. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel already, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get all my trade recap videos, and you'll get some tutorial videos. We're dropping another 2 or 3 tutorials over the weekend. So I won't be doing Power Hour tonight. So enjoy your weekend, guys. I'll be ending the stream now, and I'll be back at it on Monday, 90 minutes before the market opens. So that's 1 o'clock London time, or Dublin, where I'm based. I'm not going to give you my address, just in case you decide to stalk me. But join me 1 o'clock London or Dublin time. If you're across the pond, it's 8 o'clock East Coast time, and I'll see you there. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Have a profitable weekend. Have a good weekend. Come back on Monday. Where's my YouTube stream?